Africa, it's celebrated with a gala concert. In Paris, the Eiffel Tower is lit up with a red ribbon. In Washington, the day is commemorated with a red ribbon tied to the White House. And here at home in Toronto, you're looking at a live shot of the CN Tower, and now a shot of City Hall. Both landmarks are being lit up tonight in red to mark World AIDS Day. Toronto is one of more than 30 North American cities lighting their landmarks to raise awareness for this very important day. December 1st, today is that important day, World AIDS Day. And as we continue to bring awareness to you, there are right now 33.3 million people worldwide living with AIDS, and that includes 2.5 million children. Along with the Red Ribbon, universal access and human rights are this year's theme for World AIDS Day. And this is to encourage world leaders to keep their commitment to achieve universal access to HIV and AIDS treatment, care, and prevention. I am now very lucky to be joined by HIV and AIDS activist and recording artist, Prita Chhabra. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Oh, well, I'm wonderful, and I'm so glad you're here to talk to us about this, because it is a very important day. You, Prita, witnessed firsthand what people not here, because we will be speaking to people who are from Canada who are dealing with this disease, but people from Africa deal with on a daily basis. Tell us about your experiences.
I went to Malawi in 2008 on a school trip, and it totally just changed my life. I saw a lot of poverty, I saw a lot of suffering, but despite all that, I saw a lot of hope as well, a lot of smiling, dancing, and singing. Well, HIV/AIDS is such a big problem in Malawi. Mixed with the poverty, it becomes an even bigger problem. So I experienced firsthand by doing grassroots research, with all sorts of people, orphans, villagers, farmers, doctors, members of parliament, to understand why it was such a big problem there. So. Okay. Now, you dealt with a lot of children as well in your time there. Do these children know what AIDS is? Yes, they know, because a lot of their parents have died of HIV/AIDS. And there were AIDS awareness messages everywhere, on murals, on water bottles, even in the children's textbooks. Like, I was just flipping through them, and it was almost like a magazine, the little HIV/AIDS awareness ad.
And we don't even have that here in our textbooks.
That's what I was saying. I was learning with them in Malawi.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible. What was one thing there, Prita, that really surprised you, that stood out to you?
I think it was the spirit and how friendly and welcoming everybody was. I mean, living here, we have so many luxuries, but they were doing really well despite everything, and they just had that hope and that sparkling smiles is what I remember. And I was surprised to see what a big problem it was. I didn't realize, and before this trip I had very little knowledge about world issues. I had very little knowledge about HIV/AIDS, but going there I really learned a lot.
So how does a girl like you, I know you are born in Montreal, you live in Toronto now, how does somebody like you, a singer, how do you get involved in this?
Well, my role model is Oprah Winfrey, and I saw her trip to Africa, and as I was watching it, this flame in my heart just got lit, and I don't know what took over me. I started crying, I got really inspired, and I made a wish to the universe, or prayer to God, whatever you believe in. I said, just please, please present me with an opportunity to go to Africa. I don't want to think about making a difference in the world. I want to start. I want to do something. I don't know what I'm supposed to do there, why I'm supposed to go. But please just give me this opportunity. 2 months later, I started music school at Vanier College. First day of school, I opened up my school agenda, and right there's an ad recruiting students to go to Malawi, Africa, to do HIV/AIDS research. And right in that moment, my heart just went boom, 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 boom. I knew I was going to be picked, and I knew that that was what I was supposed to go for. So I feel like it chose me.
And I mean, seeing this, has it really changed you?
It really has, because it made me realize how much I took my own life for granted. I lived in a rural village with no electricity, no running water. My bathroom was a little hole in the ground, bathing with a little pail of water while cockroaches this big were staring at me. It was a huge life change. And, you know, my definition of luxury definitely changed. I realized how much opportunity I have here, and I really wanted to make a difference. Right,
and I mean, add to that, these people are dealing with this illness. Yeah. And did they have access to treatment there?
Very little. I think the statistic is about 20% of the people in Malawi were actually receiving treatment, and about 1 million of them have HIV/AIDS, and the population is 12 million, so not a lot. And the medicine takes a huge toll on their bodies as well. A lot of them farm for a living. That's how they survive. So they couldn't even do the farming. So kids have to be taken out of school to stay home to do the work.
So it's really a ripple effect because of this disease.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Totally.
And how is it contracted there, mainly?
Sexual encounters, blood. I think there's a problem there because they can't talk about sex openly. They're still very traditional. We spoke to some leaders and they still had to call it, the disease of the mattress and hope that people caught on. From my research, I learned that it was there was a bit of a behavioral problem there, that there was some behaviors that needed to be changed and some mentalities that needed to be just adjusted a little bit to make a difference. But there was a lot of help there too.
So it was like, we don't want to talk about this, even the government, we don't want to deal with how this is being spread.
But they're starting to.
But they're starting to do that.
They realize they have to because it's such a big problem and people are dying a lot.
What do you say to young people out there who are watching us tonight that say, this is inspirational, I want to make a difference? What should they do?
There's a lot that they can do. There's a lot of charities that they can go to. Just start by being aware. That was my biggest thing. I wasn't even aware. Just reading up on it. Even on my website, today I'm giving away a song for free. I've made a short film. I put it on YouTube. My whole thing is to create awareness, just to have it out there because we don't talk about it enough here. So it can be any cause as well. Just follow that little feeling in your heart that you feel like, I'm inspired. Follow that feeling. A lot of times we get these ideas, but we don't follow them. So my advice is follow that little feeling in your heart because it's telling you something.
Any trips planned for you in the future?
Back to Malawi. I really want to go back. Not right now, but I'm really planning it.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much. I know you have documented what you've done, and you have a song out, and our producer Amanda watched it. It brought her to tears. I've been waiting to watch it with you and our viewers. So as we head to break, enjoy this traditional Malawi song. Prita was taught during your visit, right?
Yes.
And during her HIV/AIDS study in Africa. It's called, what is it called, Prita?
It's called May God Be With You, and they really gave me the confidence to pursue my own dreams as well by giving me the opportunity to learn this song and perform in churches and villages for members of parliament. So this is for them.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for joining us, Prita. It was a pleasure meeting you. And let's enjoy it. May God be with you. Take a look.